2012 is the European Year of Active Ageing and Solidarity between Generations. We, the Older and Bolder Alliance, recognise the vital importance of intergenerational solidarity in social cohesion and in strength in any civilised society. This has been a consistent theme of our Alliance since we began almost 5 years ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that your deliberations today will create an even greater awareness of the value of intergenerational solidarity.
A society that is divided by ageism, from whatever way you look at it, be you talking about those who don't tolerate the young, or those who don't tolerate the older people, or who have specific assumptions and stereotypes about people at particular ages, is an unhealthy society. And a healthy society is one in which you have indeed, as you have said yourself, Joan, a society in which you have participation and inclusion and recognition of creativity and difference. I think it is important that during the year, and you are giving a great example in this seminar today, of exploring the images and the stereotypes and the words, the language that is used. After spending 14 months travelling the country in this long campaign that is over, I have to say I met many people who were older people, and I didn't hear from any one of them any proposals, demands or requests that were at the cost of younger people. And even more importantly, when I met younger people and I spoke at organisations like Spun Out and others, they had seminars, not a single young person asked me anything that was at the cost of older people. There was a great bond of citizenship in their orientation. It was older people would say sometimes they would like to say a better country, a real republic for the younger people. And younger people would say, isn't it wrong that people who have given their life and work and so forth would have in fact be suffering from some disadvantage? So that solidarity between generations is already there in embryonic form. What it requires is a language to release it into practical programs and a set of actions that will deliver the practical results. And the end of the language and the practical results and the changed discourse and the changed organisation is indeed the kind of real republic that I've been speaking about, that is one of active citizenship, participation and respect. And that's why I was anxious to accept the invitation to come and speak at your seminar, because it's such a practical expression of those steps that are necessary to get on to the next stage.
In the morning we had an opportunity to discuss issues around images and words and how older and younger people are presented in the media.
There needs to be, and this is from both generations, a critical analysis of sensational stories from different sources of media regarding different age groups.
Solidarity and connections are already here under our noses. Everyone has positive experiences, but this is not seen in the media.
Right now we have older and younger people together in focus groups discussing why it's important to speak up and speak out, how through lobbying and campaigning we can effect positive social change.
It's very, very important for you to stand up for your rights. And it's very important to see that you succeed. Not alone do you stand up and fight, but you become successful.
Well, I think more could be done because the older people tend to stay on their own, the young people tend. So I think we should have more meetings with younger and older.
You have to build the cooperation. It doesn't come easy. People have different views and different ways of looking at the same matter. You have to come to a consensus of opinion between the groups in order to succeed.
There are natural connections between older and younger people, but they need to be fostered within the context of advocacy and partnership.
Because Older and Bolder, as we said at the beginning, both Tom, the chair, and myself, we operate, if you like, in the advocacy and campaigning space. that it is a precious space in civil society, and it is by no means unchallenged or unthreatened in terms of its independence and its power and what it can do in terms of contributing to change. We don't need to wait for a new organisation or a new national moment to start challenging dominant narratives and using language differently. You've talked about Twitter, you've talked about Facebook, you've talked about blogging. I know some people letter write, some people text, some people use phone calls, but the media is no longer just the mainstream media. We're all part of it in terms of our communication and really have something to contribute out of today going forward in terms of narrative and ideas and kinds of concepts that we've spoken about.